Bob Mills Weather Center Oklahoma weather expert, Cassie Heiter.
Well, we finally got some rain and storms that moved through yesterday, and especially yesterday evening. It got a little loud. We had quite a bit of thunder and lightning. That was really nice. But as far as snow is concerned, well, we had very, very little of that took place in the western part of the Panhandle. Not a bad thing. The good news is we did get plenty of moisture, at least in parts of the state, but this storm system continues to pull away from us. So how much did we get? We ended up with 0.18 here in Oklahoma City. So those late evening thunderstorms really helped us out as far as amounts are concerned. But northwest Oklahoma and southeast Oklahoma getting plenty of rain, almost 2.5 down there in Idabel. So of course today is December 1st. We ended November a little bit below average as far as precipitation is concerned, 0.31 below average. And just kind of looking at the month that we went through, we had a lot of days in there where temperatures were well above normal. Lots of 60s, 70s, 80s. Not so much though as far as the rain is concerned. But if you can't tell that it's December, I mean, just look at your neighbor's house. We've got a lot of Christmas lights up already. Felicia sent this picture in from Weatherford. I thought that was pretty awesome. We got the Christmas lights, but we also got the hail and the thunderstorm in the background, the lightning. So really cool shot there. And talking about December, what do we expect? Well, we typically expect it to get pretty cold. Those overnights get into the 20s there eventually, but we start out the average highs in the mid 50s. We usually end with temperatures in the upper 40s. So not terribly cold. It's certainly bearable as far as rain is concerned. It's one of the drier months of the year, but we average a little over 1 3/4. Snowfall, we usually see just under a couple of inches. It's certainly not a big severe weather month for us by any means, but it certainly does happen. Right now, though, things are pretty quiet. It's a little chilly, though. This is our National Cowboy Museum camera up of our Lucky Star Skycam network. Overcast 39 degrees, the northwest wind at 16. Making it feel more like just 30 degrees. Temperatures starting out in the 20s in the Panhandle, but mid and upper 30s, some low 40s across the north. We do have some 40s and 50s in southeast Oklahoma. Lots of low 40s across the south. So big difference compared to where we were this time yesterday. Anywhere between about 15 to as much as around 20 degrees colder, but eastern Oklahoma not really seeing a big difference at this point. But a northwest wind between about 10 to 20. It's going to stay breezy through at least about late morning, but later this afternoon, that wind should subside quite a bit as the storm system continues to pull away from us. This next storm, you can see that in the northwest. That's going to stay to the north, but it will provide a little bit of a wind shift as we get later on into the weekend. So for now, it's just going to be a little chilly this morning, but cool later in the afternoon. Tomorrow also looks cool. Temperatures back in the 50s. We should actually make it into the 60s across parts of the state as we get into Sunday. Another front's going to come through later in the day. And then early next week, everything looks pretty quiet. I think we do expect to see at least a few fronts move through. That's going to provide a wind shift. So temperatures go up and down a little bit, but generally as we get into at least about midweek to late week of next week, it's looking milder. Temperatures in the 60s. So it's going to be a while before our next storm gets here. But as of right now, the data is still bringing in a storm system here eventually. Right now, stopping the clock at December 12th, but it looks like some of that rain, some of the storm should move in here a little bit earlier than that. So now we're looking at the weekend of about December 9th and 10th. The next storm system is going to kind of sit in the southwest, but at least bring a chance of rain and maybe even some snow eventually to parts of the state, but we'll have to figure that out once it actually gets here. It's far away. Today, though, highs in the upper 40s in Oklahoma City, low to mid 40s across north, 50s in the south. Overnight, we're dropping down into the mid 30s, so it's going to be a cold start to Saturday, but tomorrow afternoon, not bad, 59 degrees, 60s across the south. And then, of course, we've got the OSU Big 12 Championship down in Arlington. It's going to be really nice. Temperatures around 70. Sunday afternoon, mild temperatures back in the 60s, but next week is looking nice and quiet. We'll be right back.